Let's now recap our top story this hour. And Egypt air crash, according to new developments, saying that flight did not swerve before it went off radar. Now, that's according to Egypt's head of National Air Navigation Services company. The statement is in contrast to the comments made by the Greek defense minister, which said the plane made sudden swerves at 37,000 feet. Let's now cross over to CCTV's Adel Mahroui, who is standing by for us in Cairo. So, Adel, that statement by the senior official obviously contradicts what the Greeks had said earlier. Does this then put the whole search process in jeopardy?
Well, yes. Basically, it is another contradiction between Greek and Egyptian officials, but it's still not clear. No detailed information has given from the Egyptian official who have released this information. It was not clear if he was talking about how the plane moved within the Egyptian airspace, and did he also, was Egypt also watching the plane while it was in the Greek airspace? Because if you recall, according to the Greek officials, they have tried to communicate with MS804 for several minutes, about 7 to 8 minutes before it exited their airspace, just to confirm that it was leaving from one airspace to the other and that everything was fine. This is where the first warning has become clear that there's something is happening on board the plane. So we're talking about 7 to 8 minutes, and then the defense minister of Greece, he said that the plane took a 90 degrees left and then swirled or spiraled in a right, taking right 360 degrees turn while plummeting into the Mediterranean. He has been speaking from the basis of the military equipment, which is more or less are known to be more advanced than the regular civil aviation authorities, and therefore many were expecting to see more details from his side. From the Egyptian side, we still don't know if the Egyptian official, he's one of the persons in the authority of the civil aviation, and it was not clear, was he speaking on behalf of the facilities he has, or the Egyptian armed forces, which also have some advanced radar equipment, has given this information. So that's still a contradicting part. But what we're getting also, we've just got in the last few minutes, the Associated Press AP has reported that one of the forensics team, the one responsible for the autopsy here in Cairo morgue, has reported that he tends now to believe, from the size of the human remains that he has received, that the plane may have been downed by an explosion. And the reason he is saying that, or he tends to believe that at this stage, is that he said he received about 80 human body remains, and all of them were in small pieces. He did not receive any full body to examine, which makes him tend to believe there must have been some sort of an explosion. But he's still conducting further tests on the human remains that he has. He's still trying to find some chemicals in them, but there are already some signs of burn. What he was talking about in comparison to the smoke alerts, which indicates only fire, at least that's what we know so far. So he says that if it was just a fire, then the bodies shouldn't have been cut or been or come to him in such small parts, and that's why he believes that it was an explosion. But again, he's not sure how many people he has. He has 80 body parts, but it's not definitely that it belongs to 80 people. He knows that the sleeves belong to several of them. After the DNA test, this will be more apparent, and accordingly, if we manage to determine who these people are from their DNA test, then the authorities can identify where they were sitting, and according to their body parts, if they would be in the same area in the plane, then this might have been where the explosion happened, and therefore would make them expect to see full bodies, or at least bigger pieces of human remains for the rest passengers who are farther away. It's still big questions. It depends on if it was really a bomb or any kind of maybe fuel explosion that has caused it.
All right, Adel Mahroui is live for us there in Cairo. Many thanks.